Hi everyone, I'm G. Shah, the VP of Platform and Marketplace at Change Healthcare. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we at Change Healthcare innovate our go-to-market approaches for the healthcare ecosystem using the AWS Marketplace. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about Change Healthcare and where we play in the broader healthcare ecosystem. It's accurate to say that we're one of the largest financial and administrative networks in the US. We touch substantially all physicians, all hospitals in the US healthcare ecosystem, and a substantial portion of the pharmacies, dentists, and laboratories. When you think about what we transact through our networks, we do about $1 trillion of real dollars in claims and 14 billion healthcare transactions. We touch 1 in 3 patients and patient records in the US. The reason this is important is it helps you understand that we operate at the scale of the US healthcare system. And when we think about what we do and how we innovate our go-to-market, it has to innovate at the level of the system, at that scale, not in one very specific portion. We serve patients, providers, and payers all equally, and we have to be able to provide a go-to-market approach and a go-to-market solution that serves all three. We have many user types and they have diverse needs. And this is a function of the breadth and scale of our company's products and services. We have to deal with economic, technical, and user buyers across all three of these verticals: payers, providers, and the whole overall healthcare ecosystem. We have a diverse product portfolio that we have to provide to these buyers, whether they be APIs or SaaS software, data products, software, or hardware. So we cover all different modalities, all different types of value generation and value delivery. And those users, as you can imagine, have a bunch of different needs, from finding out about the services we offer, learning about the services we offer, assessing them for their correct need, assessing them for fit, purchasing them, getting those purchases approved, making sure the PO is right, maybe getting a credit card in there if that's even appropriate, and then paying for it in ways that make sense. So we do not have a one-size-fits-all type of solution here. We need to be able to serve all these different people with all their different needs across a very vast portfolio that, again, operates at the ecosystem. Before I jump into the details, I want to tell you a little bit about how AWS Marketplace has really helped us in the current public health emergency. And it really illustrates the power of using AWS Marketplace as a digital distribution mechanism to get products and services out there. As we all know, we're in the middle of the COVID-19 public health crisis. And one of the things that Change Healthcare has done is try to rapidly enable the growth of telehealth services so that we can help drive better utilization at the provider level and ultimately help patients get care in the quickest way possible when they're under shelter-in-place orders or they simply cannot get to an emergency room or to a hospital. To do that, we had to make a group of our capabilities specifically related to eligibility, claims, as well as to labs and prescriptions available to telehealth platform providers and providers in general very quickly. Under normal circumstances, we would have had to go find out how to build those products, bundle them together, and find a way to distribute them. In using AWS Marketplace, what we were able to do is really two things. One, create a bundle of the products, put them together in a way that was easy to understand, easy to purchase, and ultimately provided a single-click purchase of all needed capabilities in one place, and then price them in a way that made sense, made it easy for people that aren't quite used to dealing with these types of modalities to jump in right away, expand their services, and ultimately get to the point where we can provide better patient care. So everything else I'll talk to you about in this presentation is really all about how we did all this. But if there's one thing that you take away from the power of using the AWS Marketplace to drive a new way of engaging with buyers across that whole realm of buyers, it's this. We were able to get a new set of products bundled together, priced, listed, and out in front of potential users in under a week. And that, we think about, sure, it's software. Of course, it's a week, no big deal. But think about all the complexities that we would have had to go through to engage a group of buyers that didn't quite understand our products, to give them the information they needed, to provide them pricing that actually made sense, and ultimately got them to the point of a one-click purchase. That's the power. And everything else we'll talk about from this point is really an illustration of that power. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. We're using a digital marketplace. We're engaging the digital economy to try to meet these various different user needs. And if we had to put them into 3 core buckets, I would start with trusted products. You don't buy things from stores that you don't know or don't have the right quality or you don't think have the right pricing. So you need to go to a place where you trust. And the combination of the AWS Marketplace and some of the properties that we have at Change Healthcare provide our very large portfolio of trusted products to that ecosystem in an easy to access and easy to understand manner. Well, now that you have them, you've entered the store, you can see all these things in front of you. How do you know which one is the one that you want? So you have to be able to provide targeted information, not just a one-line description of this thing does that, but detailed information about what does it do, how does it fit your needs, can you try it before you buy it, and can you get the information you need to ultimately make a decision? And when you think about the types of users we have, whether they be economic buyers or technical buyers, you have to serve both. And so having an ability to have good, deep, comprehensive information in one place for that buyer to come in and look at is really, really important. And third, of course, flexible pricing. As we all know, buying software isn't just a transactional model. It's not just a contract model. It could be some combination of the two. And depending on the user type, it could be different things. So the digital marketplace, in addition to having a bunch of products that you trust and understand that have a bunch of information to help you understand what they do, have to be purchasable in a way that makes sense. And when you think about the fact that we serve the ecosystem, we have to be able to provide purchasing capabilities to hospitals and health systems, which have a very specific way of engaging the market and buying products. And we have to be able to serve the digital health ecosystem, smaller companies, our partners, and ultimately startups that are going to drive innovation. And those two purchasing processes are different. So we have to have a flexible purchasing model to be able to support both. Let me talk a little bit more about flexible purchasing, because this is really the key to getting people to engage with the products in the marketplace and ultimately to drive its use. So we use this idea of meeting the customer in the marketplace with a purchasing and engagement model that they prefer, that they want to use. And the key benefits here are twofold. One, it makes them buy them. But more importantly, it decreases the time and effort that it takes to actually make that purchase. So if you think about a traditional software purchasing process for a moment, you have to engage with a salesperson. The salesperson's going to talk to you about the product. Then you're going to go and review it. Ultimately, you're going to get into a price negotiation. Then you're going to talk about the contract. And then you're going to talk about pricing. And maybe a month or 2 months later, you might actually get to a contract. And that's fine for certain types of products or certain complexities. But in a digital marketplace, the opportunity is to get these products out as quickly as possible, which means here's a standard contract, simple enterprise contract, and a simple engagement for new sales. Here's the contract, off you go. If you want to negotiate around it, you can, but if not, you don't have to. Here's something you work with. You can do the same thing for renewals. I mean, think about the time and effort it takes for an inside salesperson to pick up the phone, to send an email, to call somebody, hey, do you want to renew? Are the terms appropriate? Can we use the same contract? Versus saying, here's your contract. It's the same contract that you had before. If there's no changes or minor changes, we can run you through the marketplace and off you go. So just from that piece alone, that top end contracting, we can increase the efficiency. We can increase the scale of how we bring products to market, and we can decrease the time that it takes to do so. Then it's purchasing. How do we meet the users? How do we meet our customers with the pricing they need to actually use our products? So can we support them with transactional pricing? Can we support them with term pricing? Can we do invoices? Can we do contracts? All of these capabilities are available in the AWS Marketplace, and we utilize them in many ways to engage perhaps the same products to different user types, or create new ways of pricing our products and make them easy to use. And finally, private offers. I can't say more about the power of the private offer because it's really the stepping stone. It is the capability that allows, in a very systematic way, a sales team to engage with a customer, provide them either a standard contract and specific pricing or specific contract with different pricing so that it actually meets their needs. But the biggest power is that it allows people to engage in the marketplace without having to jump into the digital purchasing model right away. One of the things that we found in working with our customers is there's still a little bit of, oh, I'm not sure, or I might want to do something different. And so the private offers are very powerful and they give you that flexibility. The other piece, and I mentioned it just briefly, is that it's automated. So it's not like you're going through a huge manual process to go do this. With the help of the AWS Marketplace team, we're able to provide a private offer to a customer, they get a link, they click on the link, and they transact. So it's one tiny small step to getting them into the digital purchasing process, which still meets our need to get engaged with them, to decrease the time to purchase, and ultimately get as many of those offers out into the marketplace as possible. And I'll make one last comment on private offers because it is the thing that we've heard from our salespeople as the key. They've told us directly, I was a little bit concerned about this whole digital marketplace thing before we started, but now that you give me the offer and the ability to have a private offer and the ability to offer something separate to my customers, it's easier for me to engage. So when you think about flexible pricing and purchasing just in general, it is all about contracting and getting the right pricing available. Private offers are the thing that really tie them together. So what have we built? Change Healthcare has built the trusted marketplace for the healthcare ecosystem. As I mentioned before, we sell APIs, SaaS software, data, hardware, and in some cases, third-party products, and we bring them into our marketplace. And we do two things, and this is really dual-sided. We make all that information available through our catalog, as well as the catalog on the AWS Marketplace. We put deep information on our side because we have control over that, and there's a whole lot of information we want to put in, and we provide the basic information on the AWS Marketplace, which is enough in most cases for people to purchase. We enable that purchasing to happen through the AWS Marketplace, and then we come back with all the implementation information, whether it be documentation, implementation guides, or a sandbox. And through our combination of our marketplace, which is the API and services connection, and the AWS Marketplace, we're able to bring our very robust portfolio across all of those segments into this process, into a place where people can discover them, into a place that is easily purchasable and easily engaged, and really provides us the ability to touch all those people we talked about before. From a buyer's perspective, whether they be economic buyers, technical buyers, or user buyers, as well as all the segments we serve, whether it be payers, providers, customers that are dealing directly with consumers or patients, even government and industry consortia, because they're coming in to understand what the catalog looks like. The last piece, and it's less important from the AWS Marketplace side, but it's more important to understand for how these products come to market, is we also serve them up to our internal developers. So we have this constant process of being able to bring the products in and test them with internal users, which then gives us the ability to put a better product out in the AWS Marketplace. So what does this new go-to-market paradigm look like? As I mentioned, explore, learn, happen, and implement happen on our portal. We have a seamless click over to the AWS Marketplace for subscription, and most importantly for management. So all of the capability around purchasing, lifecycle management of the products happens on the AWS Marketplace. So as an AWS Marketplace user, if I've already bought a bunch of stuff through Marketplace, I have everything in one place. I can look at my spend dashboard. I can look at reports on what's going on. It gives us the ability from an internal perspective to do a really good job of managing our products. From an external perspective, it gives our customers a single point of purchase and a single point of implementation. And I think, as we all know, simplicity here is the key. Simplicity in the sales process, simplicity in the discovery process, and simplicity in the implementation process. And the other thing we do is we co-market. And this is a very important part about our use of the AWS Marketplace, because it's not just using it as a fulfillment mechanism, but it's a go-to-market mechanism. And so our job to be done in the overall ecosystem is to get all of these products, whether they be our individual APIs, our software products, our hardware, or our bundles, out in front of as many people as possible, mass distribution at scale, ostensibly at the lowest possible cost. And so by working with the AWS Marketplace, with the Marketplace team, with their go-to-market construct, not only do we bring our products to a place where people can buy them, but we enhance their discoverability, we enhance their context, and we enhance our ability to get them in front of as many people as possible. And now I'm always a fan of talking about this because obviously I'm an evangelist for the marketplace, but no one can say these things better than our customers. And one of the customers that uses the AWS Marketplace is Florence, which is a technology-enabled provider practice. And I'll leave this up on the screen just for a minute for you to read it. There's a couple key points that I'll bring out of Jake's discussion here. One is the ability to access our portfolio to quickly learn about and purchase things. To use modern technology and modern methods for actually engaging and doing it on demand, doing it in a way that doesn't require me to do it between business hours. I can do it when I want it, how I want it, all the information's available to me. And ultimately, and I love this term, it's their on-ramp. The first engagement that they have with AWS Marketplace to purchase our products is so good that it becomes a habit. I will always come back to AWS Marketplace to buy these products from Change Healthcare. And you can't buy that. That is just a really great experience that allows us to bring more people into the marketplace, see more of our products, and really fulfill the promise of that digital marketplace, which is not just about discovery. It's about continued discovery and bringing people constantly back in the marketplace so they can see more products, buy more products, and ultimately gain better value over our overall portfolio. So over the course of this presentation, I hope I've been able to show you the power that we've been able to leverage from using the AWS Marketplace, not just to show our products, but to make them easily purchasable, easily contractable, and to create a destination where our customers will continually come back to learn more about our products, learn more about our portfolio, and ultimately find solutions that help them meet their needs. I encourage you to visit us at www.changehealthcare.com to learn more about what Change Healthcare does, as well as to look at the product portfolio and, of course, engage our portfolio in the marketplace.